Why should we even think towards that? Since
we should not.
We have come as a nation, even
Yes.
the security agencies have told us as a people that what Boko Haram is about is not even about religion. So why should anyone
Suleiman,
come
you're
with
right.
this? And
I think we should not look at it in terms of whether it's something against the Christian this time around. It just happened that these people saw an opportunity and they used that opportunity. I knew definitely that perhaps the Boko Haram people, when they went there, did not even know that the majority of the people there were, what they just wanted to do was to make a point. I was going to talk about one of the stocks in trade of these people. Kidnapping, one, may be to advance the cause of Boko Haram that says we don't want even education of girls or whatever, which takes us back to what happened in Pakistan with Malala Yousafzai. I hope we can have another person like that who can really come out and speak for the girls in Nigeria. And also beyond, showing that, they also want to create, like I said, a kind of confusion in Nigeria. When they attack, when they bomb places, they wanted attention to themselves. Now something is happening. Rather than face, we have a Yoruba proverb that says, please permit me to say, I will translate. Rather than everybody coming together with one voice to accuse or to reprimand the thief or the robber, we are saying, the owner of the house, why did you leave your house open, or why did you put your thing there? So instead of facing it as one voice, look, Boko Haram, somewhere in the bush or whatever, Sambisa or wherever, the Boko Haram guys will be laughing their minds out. They are enjoying this. They are very happy because everybody seems confused. They wanted the Muslims to rise up against the Christians. They wanted Christians to, so that it will become over bloated and blood will be everywhere. That is their aim. So we should not allow it. And that's why I'm coming to the issue that we should not just, I think there is this tendency to begin to look at, okay, abuse the president, blame the president for everything that has been happening. Yes, the president is the president of Nigeria. He has a part to play. He is the commander-in-chief. But look, what happened elsewhere? 2011, when the Trade Center was bombed, what happened? More than 3,000 people dying in one fell swoop, one day. People did not say because George Bush was Republican or because, they didn't like his eyes or whatever, or face. Everybody came up to attack what actually happened, to condemn this. Now, we should let Boko Haram know, we won't voice that we are a nation of people who will not accept this kind of madness. We should be able to let them know, rather than now allowing them to enjoy the moment. The government has a part to play. There is a lot of, things to be done.
Well, what I'm saying from your statement now, we cannot, as the majority, let the minority run over us. Definitely.
We know, in terms of terrorism, you can never hear Americans saying, we want to go and negotiate. Negotiate with Bin Laden? Negotiate with the other guy who has taken over now? No. They want to, there is a voice to be spoken, and they will go there and say, no, we are against terrorism. Because Chibok may just be a tip of the iceberg if we are not careful. Now they have seen that Chibok has achieved something for them, in quotes, achieved, in the sense that, okay, everybody is not confused. We wanted them to be confused, and they are not confused. Then they cannot try and go somewhere else to begin to continue this, this rat race. So we have to be very careful the way we handle things. I want to put this by the doorsteps of the northern leaders. They are the ones closest to this region. They are the ones who know the people. Sometimes language matters. You go and speak Fulani, speak Hausa. The way you express yourself to these people matters. In getting them the right message that what you are doing is not helping Islam, it's not helping anybody, it's not helping any cause. Because eventually, what goes around comes around. I was just making reference to what happened to Jerry Adams. Jerry Adams, that's about 42 years ago. Sinn Féin, the Irish Republican Army, at a point it was tagged a terrorist organization. They had to come to the negotiating table and decide to follow the path of maybe the normal path of politics. But what happened 42 years ago is being called to question today. It's been asked to come and answer. I'm not saying Jerry Adams is guilty. I'm not saying, but I'm just saying, so for the people, the Boko Haram people, they may think they are enjoying it today. There is going to be a kind of repercussion. They have to come back to the table. If it means negotiating, there is nothing bad in, if that's going to solve it for the time being. But even at that, what they've done, the crime they are committing is not helping even them. It's not helping their cause, it's not helping their religion. So they should be able to know that Nigerians do not like what is going on. And we all are going to be behind the president in this matter. We are not being partisan. We are not saying we are PDP or APC or whatever. We are one nation. And everybody should look at that beyond the parochial tendencies of the present moment.
You know, information is very key in all of this in order to get to where they are. The other time, the military said most of this information will now come from Borno State government. But at the moment, we're not sure. We haven't heard them speak up about this matter as it is. But listen to the president yesterday, where he said they've searched, they will continue searching, they're doing what they can. They're even talking to our neighbors, Cameroon, Chad, and at the moment, no lead yet. So could there be, it's also possible anyway, that they might have moved beyond the shores of this country? Yeah,
that's very possible. You know, we all know that these people operate beyond Nigeria. You know, look at the surrounding nation, Chad, Niger, Cameroon. You know, it's like there is something to be done, even about our immigration system, the borders, beyond just searching or going combing forest and all those things. Not only for this present, disheartening situation, for the purpose of the future. You know, Boko Haram saw bombing as a kind of opportunity for them to be able to express themselves. When they now see kidnapping as an opportunity, we have to be very vigilant that this Chibok thing may just not be the beginning. Not be the end. It may be the beginning. So to forestall that, we have to look beyond what we are doing presently. Yes, I know it's going to take a lot, because some people suggested that we should find a way of maybe building fences around the borders. That's going to be a long-term thing. But in working with the other countries, Nigeria, we consider ourselves the giant of Africa. We have a voice. We've been able to do a lot to help brother or sister African nations. This is the time for us to demand and bare our teeth and demand serious cooperation in handling this issue. They too, they may think it's affecting Nigeria now. It's not. It's it's like when they say one for all for one. Everything that goes round comes round. Eventually, it may become a Cameroonian problem. It may become a problem of Niger or Chad. So everybody should be able to come together and work on this together. Yeah.
Sometimes, whenever, if not all the time, whenever you sit back and think about this, you ask yourself, how could at least 200, how could 200 or over 200 be abducted? And then move from one location, and then maybe if they are not within the shores of this country, they are out of this country, yet to have the multinational joint task force, yet to have communities that are supposed to pass across information if they have seen anything. And we have all of this, and we ask ourselves, something is wrong.
Yeah, definitely. We're able to say that something is wrong because something has really happened. The government too, that's the part of government in this. The kind of intelligence gathering apparatus of the government has to be, reviewed perhaps. They know better. Definitely there are certain things they may not be telling us because of, all these security issues. But it is what the people see that people want to talk about. You have to assure the people. This is the time of assurance. It is true. 200 girls being driven. Was there no monitoring? Was there no, where people would have been able to at least be able to trace them to a particular location? From there, then we'll take it from there. It shows that we really need to be able to work better in being able to determine how all this thing was.
Like winning the locals to be involved in this.
That's
because
why
certainly somebody knows something in those communities.
You know what? Sometimes if the local people are afraid of the government,
like a whistleblower.
Yes, they may be afraid, but there are people. That's why I said when this is going to happen, it behoves the leaders of the north, the communities, even in Borno, the Shehu of Borno, all these people, to reach out to the people and tell them it's not as if anybody is being victimized. When you see your leader speaking your language, reaching out to you and expressing that this is not a one-man thing, it's everybody's matter, then people will be more confident to be able to. I still have the in that perhaps these people are still in Nigeria. We say, okay, because they've not been able, because of the, I don't even know the number of security personnel on the ground in Borno or Yobe, but I still believe there are so many areas not being covered in that place. So that's why the security forces will have to do a rethink and look at covering more area and being able to reach out to, there are flashpoints. Yesterday I heard that they went to a market. It's now obvious that Boko Haram is also hungry. They went to a market and raided the market and started taking the food stuff, everything from the market women. Though I learned they didn't kill anybody, their intention was just to go and pack food. Perhaps to take it, to go and feed the girls. It may be possible that this kind of thing happening there shows at that point in time where there are no security forces there. So we have to look at it better and be more proactive. That is the part of government. But I believe from the resolve of the president, from what he said yesterday, the man is interested in solving this. You can even see the wife. She's acting like a mother. She's getting emotional. She's showing the kind of concern that a mother will show. But they can do as much. But we have to get to the communities, get to the people, get to the village heads, look at everybody involved in that community and see how this can be done. Boko Haram, the people from Boko Haram today were not foreigners.
The problem.
So it's a question of Nigeria. If we look at it beyond Nigeria, good. But still, let us get to the root. Let us get to our homes in the north and then be able to fish out these people.